chaps, are we live? Let's just wait and see if anyone's here to watch with us before we press play. And let me know that I am live, that you can see me. We're watching some hot Spectrum wrestling action from 40 years ago. Oh, Ernest says he hears me, so that's good enough for me. I want to get going with this stuff. And here we go, Dick Graham. Whoa, he's here. And Gorilla looking all dapper in his blue shirt there. Must be hot in the Spectrum if he's not wearing a bow tie or anything this evening. So yeah, 40 years ago. Was anyone alive 40 years ago? Was anyone at this show? Was anyone watching this show? Hey Adam. I'm not going to spoil the matches. I know what they are, but if you listen closely, you can hear what they're going to be anyway.
Let's get to the ring, get the announcement for the first matchup, and we'll get underway on Prism Wrestling.
Prism Wrestling. So which local announcer we got this time? And I'm sure he'll change to someone else later. Is this Hank? I think this is Hank. I forgot his last name though.
An evening of professional wrestling. Tonight's program is approved and supervised.
That's it, Hank Kropinski, butchering that name. Hi Rick in Baltimore.
The physician in attendance at ringside, Dr. Ernest Williams.
Ernest says he was 25 when this show happened, so that means you're 65, right? Wow. That's Dusty Fellbomber, is that how you say it? Adam says he was alive, but a young child, a young lad. Robert Hall High says he was actually 6 months old here. Here we go, Leaping Lanny is now in the World Wrestling Federation. This is his debut in the Spectrum. Look at his cool shirt. Barrio Puma. Cool Puma shirt. He didn't say the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Maybe Barry had not started that gimmick yet. Tony, yeah boy, says Philadelphia, yes. Greg Thomas, hi Christian. I'm good, thanks, on this very hot Sunday evening here in the British Isles. Very hot for us. It's normally rains. Robert Hall, yay poetry. No poetry. Unbelievable. Yep, flash funk. Funky flash man says 2 second gen wrestlers, yes. Or was Barry always father of wrestlers? It just his uncle. Oh yeah, he's brothers with. He's the uncle of Randy Orton and brother of Bob Orton, and their dad is Bob Orton Sr. That's correct. And of course, whoa! I heard a woo from Dick. And of course, Leaping Lanny's father is Angelo Poffo. Tony, your boy, says this ref is too tall. Yeah, he's not as tall as Tall Dick Kroll. So what, is Lanny going to win his big debut in the Spectrum, or is this going to be a standard 20-minute exciting draw? Christian says, I think Barrio got that Puma shirt from Cowboy Bob, who got it for free by Piper. Yeah, sounds about right. I could see Piper wearing that shirt. What a maneuver, what a maneuver.
And Barrio bails out again. Look, he's not turning loose either. Well, now he did. I'll tell you, Barrio says, ha-ha, I got a tiger by the tail.
Barrio always taking a breather on the outside here.
Certainly had some gymnastics in his repertoire when he was in college. You can bet on that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Leaping Lanny has that in his repertoire, Gorilla. Bryn Jade says, hey friends, how's everyone's Sunday going? It's all good here, how are you? Ernie says, this ref goes back to the early championship wrestling days in the 70s. Yeah, I bet he was on the early Philly shows that they used to tape back then and throughout the 70s. Tony, your boy, says, fella with a sign in the crowd. What did the sign say? I missed that. Mac is here. Hi, Mac. Christian says Piper had that white shirt with a Puma on it around that time. Yeah, he probably had a set, you know, different colours, white, black, pink.
Has some impressive wins here in the World Wrestling Federation. Backs him in and off for the ride goes Lanny.
Nice leapfrog from Mr. O, and again.
Look, he's happy with himself.
Oh, too busy showboating.
Right back to that arm drag. Boy, that's a favorite of his. So many things you can do with that particular movement.
Max says, Battle of the Mid-Card Brothers. You could say less than mid-card, to be fair. Ben NG says, this channel is great. Well, thank you, Ben. Thanks for being here. Dr. Butcher says, sign.
But really, Bill's ringside, and he has his boys with him tonight. I will mention that a little bit later on. Big wrestling fan. Oh, big, real big.
So, I was double checking some stuff. The Spectrum first, I believe, hosted wrestling or WWF wrestling in 1974, and then they started televising the shows in 1977. And I'm about 100% certain Dick Graham was on every single one doing the play-by-play. And that's from 77 until February 89 when they stopped doing them. Most of those early ones have never been seen, lost to time. But Dr. Butcher, I said what the sign said, it got deleted. Okay, let's see if it shows up again. The Randy relatives, yes. They both got a brother called Randy, yeah. No, you're mixing me up here. One's got a brother called Randy, one's got a nephew. Is he born? Yeah, he'll have been born at this time. So I think Randy's in his early 40s, is he now? Or mid-40s even, something like that. Ernest says Barry's real first name was Randall, was it? So he's a Randy, and he's got a nephew, Randy. Christian says it would be funny if John Quinn did a Canon Plus watch along someday. I think they'd do enough, the poor guys. Ben says Lanny did a meet and greet at my gym, and I was the only one that turned up. He was humble and grateful. I wanted to talk about Heenan Hogan on Saturday, about his brother. What year was that, Ben? The meet and greet for Leaping Lanny. Tony, your boy, says Dick Graham even did ECW. Yeah, some of the... It was the early ones with Stately Wayne Manor, right? Adam says, really hope some of the older ones service. Yeah, me too, but it's unlikely at this point. I mean, this is 40 years ago, so the others are closer to 50 years ago. I presume... Is that the sign? Oh, I thought I saw the sign. course, there's a guy with a bag on his head. Or he's the mass spectator. That's what the mass superstar. His fans wear the paper bag on their head.
Now he's very happy. You can't just throw a guy out of the ring that can expect to win the match that way.
Ben says, where? Portland, Maine. Is that for the meet and greet? When? What year, roughly?
Shoulder breaker coming up. Whoa, power slam.
James says, hi pal, don't think I've seen the Spectrum card. Well, here we are. It's going to be a blast, I'm sure. Funky Flashman says, here's a fun fact, Cody Rhodes was born the next day of the show. That is correct. I did see somewhere the other day he's 40 this week, so tomorrow, it must be tomorrow.
That's the spectrum floor you're talking about. Big mistake on a part of Barrio. Should have been attacking instead he was
Unbelievable.
opposing.
Time flies.
Whoa! Woo!
He came crashing down, leaping Lanny. As I said, that's a hard floor he came contact with.
Barrio's outside the ring. Coming around. Wow, right on top of that.
Tony Boy says, ace of base, I saw the sign.
Barrio very pleased with himself.
Christian says, sure they do, these guys are the best, just throwing it out there.
That way,
Well,
Barrio, you got to beat the guy inside the ring. No youngsters not about to get counted out.
yeah,
Well, he's dragged him so
they're pretty tied up with their own stuff, so. OVP's WF 1987 canon. Rich, if you need someone to talk to on these, I know people. Which people do you know OVP's WF 1987 canon? Hi, Joe, mate. Ben says, Lanny was the first person I saw do a moonsault. Yeah, he probably was in the WWF. I can't think of anyone else before him doing a moonsault. Although his is more of a backflip, not a moonsault where he really propels in the air. You know what I mean? OVP's WF 1987 canon. Some ass hat named Joe or Quinn. Is that ass hat or ass hat? I think Quinn's always too busy. Christian says OVP's WF 1987. Get on here. Oh, get on in here. New Jersey. It isn't bad so far, it's just your standard opening house show match from 40 years ago. I think Leaping Lanny's going to get the victory.
Could be a choke here, can't tell from our vantage point, but the referee is right on top of the situation. Well, he's rubbing his nose into the mat.
He's rubbing his nose in the mat, Dick. Did you hear that?
No, not from here, can't tell. He's not under there, no. Okay.
Gorilla definitely loves doing these shows. But it's nearby to him, Philly. He's living close by. Oh, some of the ringsiders getting on the case of Mr. O. Whoa! I had a woo from Big Dick Graham. OVP's WF 1987 canon says, ironic, isn't it? It's always ironic. Michael Prue here says, hey Richard, hey Michael Prue. Thanks for doing this, glad I'm able to join live this time. I'm glad you're able to join live this time too. Ben says, when did they switch to having the first match be the second best spot on the card? It used to be a preliminary spot. I was waiting for them to zoom in on that lady, because I keep noticing her in the front row with the big bushy blonde hair, and they just did. Yeah, I'm sure at the Spectrum a few years before this, the opening matches were not as exciting, not as fast paced. They've had people like, I mean, we like him, the Baron, Mikhail Cicluna and stuff, versus SD Jones, stuff like that.
Really wide awake. They're liking what they're seeing with guy leaping Lanny, and we do too.
Max says Dick Graham pales in comparison. His woo is nothing like Mean Gene's hot. I don't know, it's close. I'm a big fan of Mean Gene's hot and Dick Graham going woo woo all the time, or especially when the Hulker's on. Not the Hulkster, but the Hulker. Uh-oh. How long is this match? I've been streaming for 15 minutes, so this match's been going 10 at least so far after all the intros. Ben says, Duke of Dorchester. Love the Duke. We will not see him on this show. He doesn't visit the Spectrum. He's only in Beantown at the Boston Gardens. Oh no, just Garden, sorry. Ernest says, Dick Graham is better than Carl Roman, his usual co-announcer. Yeah, I like Dick better than... Oh, what was that? Was Mr. O supposed to move there? Carl, Mr. Carl Rubman. Excuse me. He stopped doing the commentary in, what, 82? So they probably realised. I mean, he was having a good time. He was having fun. But they need someone like Gorilla in to keep it under control. Keep Dick under control. Ben says we got him a lot in the northeast. Oh, the Duke, yeah, like Boston, Beantown, Providence, Portland, where you were talking about earlier, probably. Tony, your boy, says, do you have many matches with the Fink on commentary? As far as I know, he only did one show, Meadowlands, in December '84. And he was probably too good that they didn't let him do it again. That's all I can think. OVP's WF 1987 canon says, this is why I'm thankful you don't make us do these anymore. Well, we can always change that. I hear the bang of the cards from the Spectrum in '88. Just saying. James passes, my money's on Larry to win this with the inside cradle. I was thinking Lanny might, but Larry might jump in too. But yeah, I know you meant Lanny. Ben says, I saw Scotty Too Hot wrestle last night. He was always the first match here in the late 80s, early 90s. As the youngster Scott Taylor. Oh. Come on, ref, get down, he's pinning him. Whoa. Whoa. OVP's doing it. 1987 Canada says don't. Okay. Ernest is predicting a draw because it's gone this long. Yeah, we must be about 15 minutes. Dick was going very woo-hoo-hoo from that move then. That Barry missed. Barry O missed. Mike Prue says Scotty Twatty was on a lot of Yankee pro wrestling shows in New England in the early 90s. Yeah, when he was a young lad. Must have been in his early 20s or something then. Oh, this could be it, the sort of moonsault thing. There, Leaping Lanny is the victory in that opening bout. 40 years going straight out to celebrate with the fans, not even waiting to get his hand raised by the referee. Not bad-ish for the opening bout. Who's that guy I just saw? Let's hear the first one from Hank.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Not a bad victory for leaping Lanny, the leaper. His debut in the Spectrum. I'm missing some comments here. Tony, your boy, says if Lanny gets knocked out, he'll be sleeping Lanny Poffer. Puts everyone to sleep when he starts this poetry, I think. Robert Hall says this Lanny seems like a smart fellow. Wonder what his IQ is. It's very. You'd think he would be a genius, maybe. Mike Prue says crowd is hyped for the opener. Oh God! Oh, at least Mac Rivera's on. It's the missing link. So if you joined us, whatever day it was it last week, last Sunday, we watched Missing Link in his early WWF days as Dewey Robertson in 1977. He wasn't there long, of course. Rick says, holy jeebus. OVP's WWF 1987 canon says, weird AI Poffo. Or is that Al Poffo? Is that an L? I can't see. Now a victory. Oh no, don't victory poems. Ben says, I liked when Lanny wore a full suit of armour in the bunkhouse. The Weasel probably found this creature on what? Oh, I missed that. Sorry, I'm not rewinding it. It's 2 hours of my life that I don't want to rewind. Well, that's a creative sign. Those young fans created Missing Link #1. He's not #1 though. Even Bobby Heenan couldn't be bothered to show up for this. Quinn's favourite, the Missing Link. Oh, that's Mac. He's Ole. He's his favourite. I'm drinking Mifos again today. Greek beer. Need a couple of these at least to get through this stuff. Where am I? TARDIS Mechanic says, evening Rich and chat. Hello, TARDIS Mechanic. OEP's WF 1987 Canna says, it'd be nice if Link was actually missing tonight. Who would sub for him though? Steve Lombardi? Do we want to see a match like that? I just saw Mustache Fucker from Poughkeepsie holding a sign. I missed it. I believe you though. I believe you, Joe. It's not that far, is it, from Poughkeepsie to Philly? God, Mac's going to town here on the link. This is awesome. Come on, Mac. Oh, he sweeped his legs from under him. State of Missing Links. Yeah. That was, yeah, unique headbutts. And now, Mac's got half of the Link's face paint on in his calf. Sign said Weasel probably found this creature on a chain gang. There we go. Wow, that was some great art for a Missing Link poster, yes. I was impressed that they wasted all that time. Not the Missing Link, wonder if he's going to be with the Brain. Yeah, he's maybe oh no, he's not on another show. I know he's not. He just couldn't be bothered to show up for this match. Andy Oddly coming out of Bang Your Head pre-WWE. How long was I can't remember how many years before this. When was the Missing Link created? Should I say? Tony, your boy says Leonardo Turtle Coldplay. Runaway Link. I hope there's some Johnny V later on. Christian. Do we want to see Johnny V wrestling? I don't think there is. I don't think Mr. Beefcake is on this show. Tony, your boy, says Jeff Haney must have watched some Missing Link. Yes. Not for the moves. obviously. OVP's with 1987 Kansas. Gotta run sharp, have fun, leave the memories alone, and everyone remember, a vote for OVP is a vote for Richard Land, the silent third partner. Cheerio now. Cheerio, Joe. Always nice to see you, mate. Is the Hulker or Ricky the Steamboat? Ricky the Steamboat on this card. Maybe. Maybe. DJ7 Gaming and Comics says, I can't remember if Link and George the Animal Steel ever feuded, but could you imagine? I think they had a few house show matches, like in this time period, but I don't think any exist on videotape. Maybe that's a blessing. Oh, I did want to mention, there was a show this same day, in the afternoon, in Atlantic City. It's a very unique show though. This is the newspaper clipping report where it says, triple header in Atlantic City. Philadelphia middleweight Curtis Parker opposes Ricky Stackhouse in a 12-round battle at the Sands Hotel and Casino. Parker is 27-6 with 21 knockouts, while Stackhouse is 15-1 with 8 knockouts. The fight will be part of a triple header featuring a professional karate association title bout between Brad Hefton, who has a 26 1-1 record, and Jeff Hollins, 11-6 record, and exhibition between wrestling giant Hulk Hogan versus Mr. Fuji. The doors open at 1 p.m. So earlier in the afternoon, Hulk Hogan faced Mr. Fuji nearby in Atlantic City. That must have been awesome. And a unique triple combat sports event. I don't know why they did that, but interesting nonetheless. Is that it? Is that unique? No, I thought that was it. Where am I? Mac says in mid-70s, Mac Rivera was Jose Lopez. In the WF, or is that somewhere else? Ben says it was in World Class right before his WWE run. Mr. Wright says Missy Lee never wrestled on All-Star Wrestling Canada or Maple Leaf Garden shows. Maybe he was banned from Canada or couldn't get the across the border. I don't know. Didn't have a correct visa. I don't know. Mike Willets Hi Richard. Hi Mike. How are you? James says think Missy Linton in the world class first for its territory. I can't remember the order, but yeah, he was. I know he was in world class. I don't know if he was in anywhere else though. And this match has gone on too long. So maybe we're at the end though now as I say that with his Oh, I think that's what Dick said. Ernest says that's because they know him as Dewey Robertson. He was too much for me too, Gorilla. Tony, your boy. Is it your boy or your bow? I don't know. I'm saying your boy because it sounds better. Rivera never went on the scales before the match. No way, Jose. I got that. Pritchard said Link was a member of a nudist colony. Well, I don't need to know any more about that. Off that top second turnbuckle, yes. Mike says, I can see Canada from my bathroom window. Does Richard need a passport to visit Canada since you guys have the same king? Yes, you do. I do need a passport, definitely. It's the same as going to anywhere else abroad on a flight. Oh, this is interesting. David Sammartino versus Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, this was supposed to be Kenny Patera versus David Sammartino, but, well, he had had an incident a year prior, and a couple of weeks or so before this, all went to trial, and, well, Mr. Patera is in prison at this as we speak, 40 years ago. So he missed a lot of shows. He was subbed on a lot of shows. He just fought Hulk Hogan the month before. Yeah, the month before at the Spectrum. Max says in the WFS he was on a couple of episodes. The network show from 77 or 78. Oh, maybe we can check those back some other time for a Fish and Cleaps episode. Weasel versus Bruno Light. Weasel. Well, David was the drizzling shites, as I would say, Ben says. Tony, your boy, says the Patera match went out of the window, literally. Christian says, what? Are we doing Steve Austin impressions, or are you a bit behind something that we said a minute ago? And I've just picked up. Oh, Bobby's going to speak. Let's see what he says. He can't find the mic. Gorilla's laughing. They've not even started working together yet. He's pointing. Gorilla's pointing. It's there.
Hey, Heenan. It's a little different when you gotta walk in by yourself, isn't it?
Let's see, Bobby.
Sammartino, Ken Patera was supposed to wrestle you. He's unavailable. I offered because I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the ring without your old man.
Boy, he threw the gauntlet down, didn't he, huh? Sure did.
Don't forget, Bobby the Brain beat Sal Balomo in Madison Square Garden, and he beat SD Jones, was it, in the Meadowlands, and probably won some other matches. So I think he could take David. Tony, your boy, says David's a big lad. He's big. He's got like a unique bulky look. I don't know how to describe it. Christian says Pantera since paid his debut. His debt to society, I think he'd mean. I always thought Heenan won and Andre Singlet grown up. It was actually, yeah, Bobby. Andre wore the singlet that Bobby was wearing. That's right. Bobby's got his working boots on for this match. Can't believe how long this goes. Oh no! What? I haven't looked at the times and I don't remember them. So that doesn't sound good. Tony Boy says more stalling than a learner driver in. Who was that guy? I missed who that guy was. Anyone notice?
You have to give speed and experience to Heenan, but you got that all-power the other side of Sammartino. Well, the young guy, I just got to say though, the young guy really.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of stalling in this match. I can see it.
Well, you know, I know you know, but Bruno Sammartino was telling me, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago that his boy, then in high school, was working out with the weights. He was getting the tutelage of his father every night. Yeah, and
I'm just listening to Dick.
here you see the results of it all. Hey, look.
Is he that young, David? 6 years ago when he was in high school still? Christian says, yeah, I was typed too fast, lol. I typed lol. Stop typing too fast, Christian. Oh, I forgot what this referee's called, but he's a localish ref. He was on the Allentown TV shows. What's his name? We had a big mystery about this at OVP years ago, and then we figured it out, but now I forgot.
Bobby the Brain doesn't play by the rules, we know. Ring announcer didn't waste any time getting out of there. I understand he just
Oh, I can see the hot dog vendor or whatever in the background. Candy floss. Oh, you don't call it candy floss in America. What do you call it? I forgot.
He psyched him out. It might have been a clean break by Heenan, but I think Sammartino was ready for a dirty maneuver by Heenan.
I was also going to tell you about, there was another show going on at the same time. So these are people we are definitely not going to see this evening. 40 years ago. Where is it? I know it was in Kansas City. At the Kemper Arena. So I'll read the results to you. Jim Neidhart defeated Tony Gurria. Bret Hart defeated S.D. Jones, who was subbing for Jimmy Snuka. So that would have been interesting. Bret versus Snuka. But I don't know if that match ever happened ever. George Steele defeated Rene Goulet. Mad Dog Vachon defeated Moondog Spot. Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik defeated Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo. And Greg the Hammer Valentine defeated the Junkyard Dog by countout. So that was the card in Kansas City, which had 4,500 on hand. Here in the Spectrum there's 12,175 on hand, which I know that's low-ish for the Spectrum. I think they draw about 20 for a sellout. James, as I remember, I started watching the way from 95. David got a big push. He had this first 6 months or so, just to around WrestleMania and just after, and then it sort of deflated after then. Michael Prue says licorice, Twizzlers, no. If you're talking about candy floss, cotton, it's just cotton candy, I think. Cotton candy. We don't call it that here. We just call it candy floss. I don't make the names up. Bobby the Brain, the greatest overall talent in the history of wrestling. Manager, commentator, show host, wrestler that could take bumps, crazy bumps. I think we just saw one then. He was like Swiss Army knife, could really do it all. He's the best at, yeah, the best. Could do anything. Ernest says David's career screwed the pooch when he threw a match against Ron Shaw. Yeah, November 85 at the Spectrum. If we're still doing this in November, we'll probably watch that on the anniversary, maybe. We'll see. James says cotton candy. Yeah, it cottoned onto me later. Ha. Adam says the fact that Bobby was never officially trained still blows my mind. His bumps was out of this world. And even he was still doing them. Like, he'd already broke his neck at this point, and just didn't get it fixed until what, 91 or something. He still did that bump that he does running over the top rope in WCW in like 96 once. Whoa! He's getting his brain emulsionified. Yeah. Christian says here in French, cotton candy is called Barbe à Papa. I might butcher that, saying that, which means daddy's beard. Cotton candy used to be called candy floss here too, decades ago. There we go. Why did they change it?
Sammartino likes to work on an arm. Yes, he does. Well, with his arm now and a leg later, it won't matter to Sammartino. Bobby the Brain has a bit of trouble right now. He's hurt.
So, while there's a few of you in here, I have a question to ponder. I'm pondering, asking, whatever. What was the first, it doesn't have to be WWF, wrestling show you saw live in person? When, where, who was in the main event? Whatever you can remember from it. Tell us in the comments. While you're telling us, mine was Mayhem in Manchester, just the week after WrestleMania 14. They were saying it was supposed to be a pay-per-view originally, then it turned into a house show, and then they filmed it and released a highlight video, a 1-hour highlights of it. It's not very good as the video. It was great for me. I was 12, 13? No, I wasn't even. I was 11. So that was my first live show. Austin vs Triple H was the main event. Oh no. Well, they did Austin vs Triple H and Undertaker vs Kane, so they're both main events, I guess. Tony, your boy, says Sister Sledge were #1 in the UK on this day with Frankie. Whoa! Oh, I did say it right, Christine says. Good. Rick says, for me, Baltimore in 1986 was an NWA show. Chris says, Survivor Series 97. Wow, that's a pretty big first show. Something... Nothing important happened there, like, really. There's, Survivor Series matches. Tony, your boy, says, do it for Rebellion 2001 in Manchester, Austin vs Rock. I was at that one too. It's on something like the 6th, 7th row at ringside. The people in front of us with the signs all night. So annoying. We were watching the screen most of the time, but that's how it was back then. Rick says, I was there the night Ron Simmons beat Vader for the... Oh, I'm losing track now. You're going too fast for me. Let me scroll back up. Where am I? I've lost where I am now. Rick was there when Ron Simmons beat Vader for the WCW title as well. That's pretty cool. December 92. Mike Prue was Providence, December 96. Hogan vs Jake. I was days away from turning 4. I got a George Steele t-shirt. You won't remember if you're under 4 then. So that the snake pit with Jake, DDT and Hogan will have aired just before that show, but you won't remember. And only aired in Providence, or first aired in Providence, and then later in Winnipeg. Ernest says, my first live show was a spot show at my hometown high school gym, April 73. Strongbow vs Toru Tanaka was the main event. That's really cool. Where is your hometown high school? Dave says, mine was a C show in my small town in Quebec. Main match was Jay Wade, Divas Haku, Lanny vs French Martin, Rockers vs Conquistadors. Wow. That's definitely in 1988 then. Which small town in Quebec? I need to know all the details. Especially if it's anything extra I can add on my website. If some of you might not know, I'm sure most of you do, thehistoryofwwe.com. If I don't have a show listed or results missing, I like to add them eventually. Mr. Wright says, well, Shawn Michaels supposed to work Mayhem in Manchester. He was probably on the early advertisements. I mean, they kept saying it was supposed to him versus Bulldog in a rematch originally, but that was like 5 months before. So I'm pretty sure he was on some early ads or advertisements, whatever. TARDIS Mechanics says NXT Takeover in Cardiff 2020, I think. Probably not 2020 because that was the COVID year. I think 2019, if I remember correctly. Adam says 1992 in person, WWE house show in Jacksonville, Florida. Main event was Sting and Bulldog versus Rick Rude and Orndorff. I took on one of Bulldog's beads that flew off his head. Was that 92? That can't have been if Bulldog was there. 93 must have been. Mr. Wright's 2005 Raw, first review event, first wrestling show was at my local high school. Main event was Backlund vs Orndorff. What year was that? June 7th, 96. The Houston Summer main event was Macho Man versus Tito Santana. Card also had the Dragon vs Jake Snake. King Kong Bundy was supposed to face him, but they told us JYD he couldn't make it. Who did King Kong Bundy face instead? Christian says, yeah, something big happened that night. Kirk had survived the whole deal. Hate by himself. Nothing else. Were you in that video they did, the Revolt for on, interviewing all the fans after for like 15 minutes? By any chance, Christian? Tony Boy says, Taker didn't have his gear in Maine, Manchester. Davey with the bike. Take a look. Yeah. Somewhere it got lost in transit, apparently. Ernie says hometown, Brockton, Mass. Interesting. I'm going to have to look up that one. Brockton, Mass. I'll look now.
Crashing down, a good camera shot there. And the kid's urging him to, come on, get on, David, get it up, get it up. There it is, beautiful shot. Looks like a piece of rolled steel covered with tape. Yep. That'll terminate your career right there. Well, the brain hiding it, coming back again. Rammed it right into the throat area again. Well, Heenan, Sammartino paying the price. Well, this is what it's all about. Heenan really can't do anything right now, presumably, because Sammartino's still outside the ring, and referee is counting him. Oh, going for that. Oh, man, he used that thing like a knife. Rammed it in right into the side of his head. Yes, he did. Sammartino's sitting on the ring apron, and David should take a hike here. Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't hurt at all. Take the count. Walk. And take a walk around the ring, clear his head. Oh, he rolled right back in underneath again. Well, we say he's a gamer. He really is. Boy, Sammartino has got to, if nothing more, has got to. Oh, reversal here. Oh, Heenan in, face first. Into that top turnbuckle. But still, Sammartino is in bad shape. He is. Well, look, he's just wobbly. Heenan now pulling that thing out from inside his knee pad. Sammartino got it between his legs now. Oh, brought it up again, man. Brought it up again. Well, the referee checking the knee pads, and the fans are pointing to his trunks, looks like. Could be the beginning of the end here for Sammartino. It might be. Heenan can continually use that foreign object. David shot in, ducked underneath that right hand. Oh, there it goes. It flew loose. Sammartino's got it now. Look at Heenan. He doesn't know what's happened. He's looking for it. He thought he lost it. Look out. Turn him out, man. Turn him out. He's got to cough up his shoelaces, man. Look, look at this. He draped across the top. Oh, used it just like a knife. Well, live by the sword, die by it. Oh, right in the forehead. I think is going to regret turn of events. Oh, man. Well, obviously the referee is seated by now, Dick. He should be making some attempt to get it away. Well, right into the solar plex, but he's not. Sammartino is, look at it. Look, he just Heenan over the top, heading for higher ground. He's got the bell. The bell. There goes Heenan. Heenan bail out. Heenan bail out. He's going to get counted out here. I don't blame him, really. He's counted out. Referee never saw that thing while Heenan, when he was using it. He certainly saw it in the hand of Sammartino. Made no attempt whatsoever to get it away from him. I'm going to have to wait a little bit here to our ring announcer to get into the ring because Bobby the Brain just disrupted everything. Chairs, ring bell, ring announcer, moved him out of position, chased our timekeeper about 20 yards away from the ring.
He's got the fight cord all hooked up and
wrapped underneath the bottom of the chair here. Now we're set free. Don't point a finger. Let's give it to the guy. Get the right decision. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has counted Body the Brain Heenan out of the ring. The winner of this match is David.
Fooled something up.
Don't know what. I fooked something up here and I don't know what. Can you hear me? I need to know. I think it's working, but I don't know. Before I hit play again, I want to know if you can hear me. Yes, I'm back. If all else fails, unplug it, plug it back in, and then it works. Let's put the action back on, because David Sammartino won, and I don't know how, but never mind. I want to scroll back up because I missed loads of comments about people's towns, people's things, whatever.
Sammartino picked the object from the ring floor. Look at this now. He's going to go bananas.
DJ7 Gaming and Comments says, I just looked at your website and you don't have the complete card that I listed above. I'd be happy to send you a picture of the program as I still have it. Please do. RichardLand1987 at AOL.com. It's listed on the website. Please send it to there. Oh, Carl Rudman. Let's listen to this before I carry on with the comments.
To the greater Delaware Valley audience on Prism, Randy, Macho Man.
Macho Man.
Yeah, freaked out. Yeah, everybody get ready right now. Killer Cal, man, this is a great opportunity for you, and I'm surprised you don't have your autograph book right here, because the #1 professional wrestler in the world today is in Philadelphia, yeah, getting ready for his big match against Swede Hansen.
Oh, Swede Hansen.
Tell you what, yeah, everybody concentrate when I come down the aisle, because I got $1 million rope that's gonna knock your eyes out. Yeah.
How many of those ropes do you have?
I got a lot of ropes, Killer Cal, and I'll tell you something right now. Don't ruin your reputation because you've interviewed other wrestlers before.
That's right, the best.
Yeah, the best, yeah, but...
Are you the rest?
Oh, man, see, now what's happening here is when I'm getting psyched up and ready for a match, I don't want no announcer be messing with my mind, yeah, because I got Swede Hansen in my mind. When I go down
you
there,
know and I know.
take out the sunglasses and look at them out, baby blue eyes, baby, yeah.
Swede Hansen's nothing but a human punching bag. It's going to be no problem for you. Let's talk about what you do in the ring.
Right, that's the first thing that you said that made him
Suck it up to the heels. He always does, Cal.
Now, I understand you do some wild stuff. I saw your introduction at the Garden. You're pretty sensational.
Oh, yeah,
you want to tell the fans what we're going to see?
All of a sudden, Killer Cal's all right, yeah. All of a sudden, Killer Cal's on Macho Madness, yeah. Macho Madness sweeping the country. And the Hulkamania's dead. Now, I said something really heavy right there, but I'm going to
is dead in his first promo.
Hulkamania's dead. Hulk Hogan, I want you to watch me and Swede Hansen in the ring. Swede Hansen, yeah. Dream on, baby, because I'll tell you what, past, present, or future, and I'm talking 100,000 light years into the future, there has been no better professional wrestler. And don't talk to me about a living legend, because I am the only living legend, so I don't even know Bruno Sammartino. Do you understand that right now?
Well, I am totally underwhelmed by your modesty, but I think you're going to deliver.
It's a compliment the way I figure it. Underwhelming is a compliment because any way I figure it, yeah. Nobody can beat me in a squared circle. Talking to Hulkamania fans right out there. I'm in Philadelphia right now. I'm at the Spectrum, and I'm gonna do the thing Macho Man the style. Take it. You understand that? Oh yeah, do it right and do it. Man, keep going, baby. Macho Man is sweeping the country.
Tough enough. We'll see what this guy can
Awesome.
do, and we'll be right back. Do it.
Macho Man just is like ahead of 99% of people who's here at the minute. Awesome. You could write to the Spectrum and get a free t-shirt. I don't know. Right, where the hell did I get to? Bundyface George Wells instead of Jay. What are you talking about letdown here? That is a bit of a letdown. In Houston Summit. When I was super into wrestling, I was too young to go by myself, and for the rest of my... Who's that? Who are they showing?
That's Randy's little guy. That's Phil's little guy. I think that's...
I was too young to go by myself, and the rest of them weren't fans. Then over the years it got more and more expensive, and many of the shows were sold out. Connor, hi, says April 93 in Belfast, Bret Hart Bam Bam main event. Yeah, they did that every night on that tour, from memory. Christian says, no, I wasn't on that interview, but there's one guy who wrestles in Quebec, a big name here, who was interviewed. Who was that? Let's skip by the technical issues.
And his opponent, in the corner to my right, he weighs 300 pounds from Slaughter Creek, Swede, Hansen.
Home of Gino Carabello and Rosie O'Donnell. Who cares about the chopper? Hey, Gino Carabello, legend. 1980, wow. Who else was on that show? Mac. Long Island. Hogan, Simone, Santana, Rhodes, Estrada, okay.
T-shirt, if you will, or the flag itself. At young Bergie,
Bobby Heenan ran off and got counted down. Weasel counted down. Who's got the better glass of Cal or Andy? That was close. Pretty similar. Cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah! And the finish was the king of the ring roll, so likely the finish every night. For Brett Bamham, yes. Bill Berge was a linebacker for the Eagles. Bill Berge? Oh, the guy they just shot. Okay.
This guy's a flyer. Sure. This guy's a flyer, and we're going to see that.
Frankie the Mobster Beast King is his name. Big indie wrestler in Quebec. Montreal area, I presume. Here we go anyway. The Macho Man's debut in the Philadelphia Spectrum. Not his first appearance in Philadelphia. 10 years before this, he was on WWF shows, TV, as a job guy, Randy Poffo, and they did the TV in Philly and Hamburg, Pennsylvania. We found the audio of those matches, but no, we won't. I don't think we'll ever see the video. That would have been released if they had that. Rick says we have Andre the Giant at home. Swede dance looks like Team Andre the Giant. The big Swede. This could be a challenge for the Macho Man. That ref's there again. I forgot his name, but never mind.
Luscious John Valiant, manager of Brutus People.
Oh yeah, they're talking about the managers. I just did Luscious Johnny V. Yeah, all the matches trying to poach him. Although that thing had not aired on TV yet. That was the week after this. But Macho had been in MSG, as they talked about in the interview earlier, Boston, some other towns, for the past week or so. Tony, your boy, says, is Swede Hansen the best wrestler named after a vegetable? I can't think of any others off the top of my head, so... Maybe there was a banana man somewhere.
Very
I don't know.
clean-cut individual. Quietly spoken.
Oh, that's a fruit,
always
not a vegetable.
gentleman.
Duh.
Don't rattle his cage. Look at it. His eyes, he's just staring bullets into the head or the back or the whole bod.
Broccoli Lesnar. Swede looks like the fan from Happy Gilmore needs a guns don't kill people like do shit.
This is where it's all happening. This is the mecca for professional wrestling. The greatest talent in the wrestling world is found right here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's where the big
Gorilla.
titles are and where the big dollars
No,
are.
Gorilla loves the match I'm on already.
Hulk Hogan well knows that. He's featured later on with his.
It's great though, he was calling out Hogan in his first promo, Bruno in his first promo. But Swede wasn't winning many matches at this point, so I think the Macho Man is going to take it. Wildman Marrow Bone. Yeah.
Swede looking for a little strip here. The ringsiders are on the case of Macho a little bit. Be a big mistake for him to do this with a Swede.
Maybe Swede Hansen will sing Pop.
He said he's not stupid. He's not about to do that.
I don't know if you want to hear Swede Hansen sing.
He may or may not be stupid. He's proven it to the wrestling world that he is a very intelligent individual and is going to go a long way in the world of professional wrestling. I'll tell you, he has a lot of talent and...
I'm going to have to go for another beer after this match. I'm out. I'll stick to my water for the moment.
Swede applying some pressure there.
Christian says, is that Macho's debut too? Yeah, his first match is the one where all the managers come out trying to poach him and whatever, but it doesn't air until the 6th of July. So, a week after this. But it was taped on the 17th of June. But I suppose the MSG match with Rick McGraw was his TV debut if you got MSG Network. Swede was about ready to, yeah, it doesn't last much longer after this in WWF. Probably didn't wrestle after. The Undertaker sprout back Jack. Will you stop, Tony, your boy? It's very warm here, excuse me. I just need to put this fan on. You probably hear it, so keep it back. It's been like 27 degrees here where I am. I don't know what that is. If I nice shot of the Macho Man's ass there. What's 27 degrees Celsius? Is it? Let's look it up. Must be about. Is it about 90 or late 80s? But tomorrow's supposed to be 31 degrees here, which is very hot. Oh, it's only 80, so that's probably not too hot for you Americans. In certain parts of the country, but it's hot for us. Right, I'm turning this off. I've cooled down. Ted Petit. I think there was a job wrestler named Nacho Rivera or something like that. I think my mic went off when I was saying something to Ernest earlier about that show you went to, Brockton. Did you say it was 1973? Do you remember the date and any more info? I can't find it on my website. I want to add it on if you have the info.
This Savage really impresses me, I tell you. He doesn't always talk a good game, he can do it. He's got Swede down. They're around the bottom rope, they're at the break though, the countdown has begun. But that doesn't mean anything to Macho Man. Swede just...
I think, I don't know. Maybe in his first matches in the house shows, Macho should have faced one a bit less than the Swede. Lower on the totem pole, and wow, I just noticed Swede's no beard or anything. In the arm has a beard. And won his opening match like in a few minutes to make a bigger impact, something like that. David Bowie and Mick Jagger recorded Dancing in the Streets on this day, one of the worst cover versions of all time. I believe you, Tony, your boy. Ernest says April 15th. It's not on the Do It House show listings on History of Different, so I need to add that info. Or can you email it to me if you don't mind. It should land 1987@aol.com, and I can add it when I get around to it. Please. Thank you.
Right out and eventually pressed him straight up into the air. Savage and not hurt.
Tony, the EU flag was chosen on this day. Is there? Are you looking on a 40 years ago website, or what this day in history website, or do you just remember all this? Are you that intelligent? If that good a memory.
He dropped right to the esophagus. Down for the cover. He hasn't got an arm hook here.
Oh!
Slipped out the back door. He really did. That's about 2 3/4 on the count. Close, very close.
Oh, rams his head into the mat there. And again, the Macho Man.
Savage doing it to him. Slamming his head. He's dribbling that head. Just like the Sixers would do.
Okay, Ernest, give the card right here if you don't mind, and I'll have to quickly note it down because I haven't got.
Oh, man.
The chat doesn't save, so I'm gonna have to take a photo of it or something. Probably there's a way to save this chat, but I haven't figured it out. I'm still new to this YouTube live thingy, Bob.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that, ref.
Krilla's getting on the ref's case, as usual.
Helps if you know the rules. Helps is right. He take him into the top turnbuckles. Smash right in the mouth. Right in the mouth is right. Oh, Swede's got a chop in there. Swede's a little upset.
Tony, your boy says, what's your favourite Macho Man colour scheme?
Oh, both down. The Swede
It's tough. I like him in the orange, I think. I don't know if that's the best.
Count of 5, both guys still down. Count of 6. No telling who got the worst of that. Swede's on his feet,
Yeah, I'll just do that. Copy and paste it. Save the.
Came with an elbow, but split second too late.
Save the info for later.
And Swede's in deep, deep trouble. I'll tell you, Swede doesn't look good.
Swede doesn't look good. Thanks, Dick.
He's trying to carve himself a name here in the World Wrestling Federation. Well, he is. And he's trying to use this big Swede as a stepping stone.
Well, just checking
this is his
something.
first appearance of the Spectrum. And we presume we'll see a great deal more of him. Maybe he's got eyes for the Intercontinental belt. Maybe he's got big eyes for the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt. I know he's not here because he likes the climate. For sure.
This match is still going. Expect Macho to win. Swede is Sweding up. He's Hansen in up.
Now this guy wants to hold the climb into. He get a left jab, another left jab to midsection Swede Hansen. Elbow to the top of the head to the Swede. He's still moving in on him. It's not going to hurt him though. The Swede's hard spot.
Swede, the big Hulk no sell. I've been watching Hulk's matches.
The Macho Man's eyes are getting big. Those baby blues are wide awake. The man wanting to kill this guy? Oh, there's that head.
Oh, there's that.
Swede held him from going down. Head gonna give another one.
Woo! Come on, Macho, hurry up and win. I want to go for my next beer. What do we think? The elbow? Oh, this is it. This is it. Gotta be.
Keep your eye on this. Look at this individual.
Boom.
Good night. I think the lights
That's
are
it.
out. Good
1,
night.
2, 3.
And there wasn't enough left there.
Impressive victory for the Macho Man in his first appearance in the Spectrum.
That top rope. He didn't just come off and down. He went sky high, right up about 15 feet. You don't want to challenge me. I'm retired, my friend. I'm retired. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Let's go back and take a look if we can at the height that Randy Savage got on this maneuver off the top rope. Look at this.
Tony, your boy, this is nice camera angle. Yes, it was. And we're going to see it again. It was so nice.
Not wasting any time. Right up. He said, bring on Hulk Hogan. Now what's the height here, Jack?
Of course.
12 to 15 feet high in the air. And that's all she needed to put the big sweeter away. Well, you know, we've seen Snooker do his flying. This guy, I don't know why he doesn't get hurt. You know? Come on. It's an unbelievable year. Body wasn't meant to take that. Absolutely not. This is
I just need to write these notes down. Oh, I'll do that one. This interview.
Steamboat from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of Hawaii. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay, we talked about it last time. I got a problem, Ricky. He said no trouble with girls. No, well, now you're getting all the mail here at Prism. The girls want to know all about you. Now, looks like you're getting my share now. I don't know what to do.
Well, as long as you just keep up with my fan mail and keep answering the letters and everything else, I think everything will be just fine.
Think it'll work out?
Oh, it'll work out just great.
You know what I'm worried
We'll work
about?
out a ratio.
Oh, okay. I like that, but I got a little problem. Now, you got maybe the roughest match of your career tonight.
That's true.
With Don Muraco, the magnificent one. They can kid him, call him beach bum, but it's for the Hawaiian Championship, I assume. I think he's maybe the strongest man on the face of the earth. Very much underestimated.
Well, it's very true because back in the island, everybody knows of Muraco's reputation. His track record speaks for itself. And, you know, as this match was billed, it's almost like that old saying of King of the Hill, and now it's being like King of the Island. And for the last couple of weeks now, the heat and the animosity has been building up because of family, letters and friends, people that know me back in the island, people that know Muraco back in the island, and more this is coming back and is building up a whole lot of flack. And what this has done is created a situation in which the heat and turmoil has built up so much that in this match tonight, in which it was just like a regular match between two guys, you know, and now it's come up to almost like heads up, and the best man win, take it all, the king of the island, you know, and everybody back home is listening in or trying to get word later on this evening of who actually is going to win this match.
I understand that. Now,
Big feud for Hawaii. You know, I might go from a beer while this is one. Thank you, Ernest, for those results. If you notice any other missing ones, tell me them in the future, please.
That'll neutralize you.
Well, you know, watching him wrestle, and I'm sure all the fans in this area have watched him many, many times, and I've watched and followed Don's career over the years. My style is maybe a little bit more fluent. I express myself a little bit more with the martial arts because of the Kung Fu. I take a Tai Chi type of movements. But you're right about the weight differences. He outweighs me probably in the neighborhood of 40 pounds, 35 or 40 pounds. Yeah. But I've been up a lot of big men in my past, Blackjack Mulligan being one of them. Many times I found out that the difference in weight really didn't matter. It plays a little bit of a role maybe in the first 10 minutes of the match because trying to pull you around and use his weight and utilize that. And maybe the strength does come into a factor a little bit also. But I also feel that after 15 or 20 minutes, that weight sort of works against my opponent.
Well, I only hope that after this match, your face will still be attractive to the girls when you and Muraco get through. Okay, we will be right back, and good luck in the match. You're going to need it.
I'm back, chaps. Ready for this? Should be a fun match. Magnificent Muraco vs Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Muraco just grabbed the mic from. Oh, I could tell this is Mel Phillips now. Kempatero went from prison to prison. Prism to prison. I saw that earlier if you saw me chuckling. Is Richard Blood the best shoot wrestler name? I can't think of any. I mean, pretty awesome. Sonny King was supposed to wrestle midfield, but he was injured in Springfield 2 nights before. Oh, interesting.
The opponent, also hailing from Hawaii, weighing in at 236 pounds, Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, he's not the Dragon yet.
The Dragon.
Oh, he is the Dragon. He Gorilla emphatically mentioned it because Mel didn't. The only magnificent thing about Muraco is his belly. That's the Poughkeepsie guy with the plant guy with the signs. Someone else got I love the magnificent Muraco. Muraco can bum at my beach anytime. That's good.
Steamboat, look at that. The build on this guy. Boy, a lot of stake in this particular matchup. All right, Dick Worley doing a count on Muraco, who was standing on the
Dick Will is here. Is this his first appearance tonight? Oh, Fuji. Interfering there.
Ricky Steamboat and Muraco. Don Muraco taking on after him, and it's underway.
Can't even get my beer.
Look out!
There we go.
The Dragon comes to life. Look at those French and kicks and chops.
The Dragon is a house on fire on both Steamboat and Fuji. I mean, poor Fuji, as I was saying earlier, wrestled Hogan earlier in the afternoon.
Muraco begging for help in the corner, but to no avail. As Steamboat, look out, Fuji. Fuji's got about 40 pounds of salt.
Oh no.
There he is now. Look out, Ricky.
Oh, come on.
Right in the eyes.
DQ already? What? I mean, Fuji would never even left the ring. So the match should have... Whoa. Doing the Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 6. Diving into the crowd with the salt in my eyes. Bump. Commission rules for multiple ring announcers. I presume so. Only the Spectrum did it. As far as I know. I mean, they didn't do it at MSG, Boston. And this is my last comment pigeons. Yes, I got that. Thank you. 40 pounds of salt. Hey, this is wrestling. I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit. B. Brian Blair.
The Dragon, who's out of sight right now. This could cause permanent eye damage here. This is really good, man. He caught.
Oh, that means we're going to see B. Brian Blair wrestling. Can't wait. Fuji should be arrested for assault. Good one.
One of the killer bees is he needs assistance.
Prism started in 1976, but the first televised Spectrum show 1970. Yep, we talked about that a little earlier, and how all that early shows seem to be missing. He's blinded, my goodness. Woo! Pearl Harbor, yeah, of course. The 80s.
The winner of this bout, as the result of a disqualification, Ricky.
20 minutes for Puffer, number 2 for Steamboat. Steamboat and Muraco, yeah. They could have chopped some of the other matches down. Like the David Sammartino match, I think needed chopping by 10 minutes.
But Fuji tried to do a real number. All right, here we have the events coming up to it.
What's that? Salt or cocaine? Let's have a good look. Maybe someone could tell the difference. Oh, a ceremonial salt right in the Dragon's eyes.
Immediately rings the bell. Steamboat blinded,
that salt from the salt factory, the salt palace.
He didn't know where he was. He had to escape. But he had to get out of the clutches of those two. He went over the rail on the side there.
I smell a rematch in the future.
Because now he knows he's somewhere where he's relatively safe. Winner the match, Ricky Steamboat. Well, you're watching.
How long is left?
You're watching Spectrum Wrestling.
I'm just wondering that self. Oh, the brain's back.
And I've got Bobby the
we've got
Brain
about
Heenan.
55 minutes. Okay.
You're a fighter. You're a wrestler. Big John Studd is about to do some target practice on former Canadian football player George Wells. We just talked to Bill Berge. Now Wells has got cleat marks up and down his legs, up to his forehead, down his back. So that's just like a little exercise.
He's the only man that played 3 positions in Canada.
Yeah.
He played end, guard, and tackle. He sat at the end of the bench. He guarded the water bucket, and he tackled anybody that came near him. Now, this man's got cleat marks all over. Let me talk about Bill Berge. This man's a legend in Philadelphia.
That's right.
That's right. Does he have marks all over his body?
Not a one.
Just a few scratches.
He left a lot of marks.
But that's about it. I'll tell you something, Mr. Wells. You're used to being used as a doormat. Maybe we will write welcome on your belly and wipe our feet on you. But if you think you're going to pick up $15,000, all you got to do is pick up John Studd. Can you do that? Maybe you picked up a lot of things in your life. TVs, measles, chicken pox. It's immaterial as far as I'm concerned. But you can pick up $15,000 tonight, and all you have to do is slam John Studd. Are you man enough to do it? You played Canadian football, which is, as far as I'm concerned, is like sand.
Well, I want to talk about that. He tells me that he and his brother were the guys that drove Theismann out of the Canadian League and back to the Washington Redskins. Am I supposed to believe that?
I don't care what you believe. I think he did Theismann a favor, if that's what happened, to get out of Canada. That just shows you the mentality of Wells. He drove Theismann out. He went to the NFL. He won a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl ring. And George is still in Canada hanging around with a bunch of Eskimos. So you tell me who's the brightest one. Mr. Wells, you get in that ring tonight. You're an agile man, you're an athlete, or you never would have played football. You're a strong, powerful man. Obviously, by the cleat marks all over your carcass, your pain doesn't bother you. Well, we're going to see how pain bothers you tonight when Stud picks you up and keeps dropping you on that mat.
Where do you think Stud's career is going to go? What do you see?
Well, Stud's right at the top right now, and I don't know if it can go any higher unless winning the World Championship, which eventually, if Hogan ever puts his name in the contract, it will happen. I also got $25,000 bounty on Paul Orndorff. And I predict tonight, I don't care if you hide behind the Hulk or who you hide behind, I'm going to have to pay it. I'm going to have to pay it to Bob Orton, Ace, and Roddy Piper. And I'll be glad to pay it to have you out of professional wrestling.
Thank you, Bobby the Brain Heenan. It's been a pleasure. We'll be right back.
I thought I was going to say something. This should be exciting. I think Big John Stud's winning this one against George Wells. Mike Cruz says building to a big match at the next show, probably. Yeah. Or another show. I know what the next main event is, but I don't think Fuji would lose Cody on purpose like that. Bobby looks massive, the other guys win, towering over Carl. You know what I mean. Heenan was about 6'1", so Cal must have been a little guy. Rocky Johnson picked up Johnson according to Matthews' book report today. Picked up? What do you mean picked up? Slammed him? Heenan ventured with Donald's mouth afterwards, what someone was saying. Or in the promos, yeah.
364 pounds, Big John.
Is Carl a heel interview? I mean, he was, yeah, some funny ones, earlier ones with like Muraco, the Moondogs. Yeah, he loves Muraco. Those promos are cool.
A competitor, and he's got agility, strength, and then of course the big guy who's just
no, Big John Dud, Little John Spud. John Spud, there we go, that's another one.
However, Andre will have a great deal to say about that, and has in the past, and I'm sure
Andre's still on like a hiatus at the minute. After, I think he did a few shows after WrestleMania and went to Japan.
Wells has got that speed and agility in his corner.
I don't think this will be a long match unless they just stall the hell out of it. It shouldn't be. Whoa!
Too bad he was too close to the ropes because I think
he's gonna get the 15 grand. Oh.
Cost John 15 grand. Oh wow. Oh, there's a nice maneuver. There's that speed.
Carl was man crushing on Savage earlier.
Whoa! Look at Stud.
Don't you love it? I mean, don't you really love it?
There's that speed we talked about and agility on the part of George. Stud. He stunned the big guy. Well, I gotta say, Gorilla Monsoon,
Christian says, is that the main event? I'll tell you if you want. The main event for this show. Hulk and Orndorff as Piper and Orton. Bob Orton. Not Barry Orton. Woo! Should have played the game. Take a shot every time Dick says woo. I would be on the floor by now.
Well, Stud just straddles the top rope and walks over it. Well, while he was outside the ring, I think he put together a new game plan, Dick. I think he might have.
Bobby didn't feel like coming out for this one.
Right out the window.
Although I've said wrestling David Sammartino for 2 hours. Can't blame him.
Here in the World Wrestling Federation. Yes, he is. Not only by the fans, but by his peers, fellow wrestlers. Very highly thought. Right? Whoa, there's that agility right there.
Drop kick by Canadian football superstar George Wells.
I got to rethink this plan again, man. What I'm thinking isn't working. He tried an atomic drop, and George just pushed those legs.
I'm still surprised he was doing shows, and I suppose that's someone for Jake the Snake to beat at WrestleMania 2.
That's why I always say, you know, watching on Prism is fine, but come down here in person, because then you can appreciate the size of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the body weight is one thing.
They always struggle to sell out spectrum. I think because people knew, oh, let's watch it at home. And that's eventually why they stopped televising them. Which makes sense. I mean, if the weather's terrible, oh no, we'll just watch it on TV. Especially if you live close by drive, or if there's a poor car. I mean, some of the, let's not kid ourselves, some of these Spectrum shows are poor.
Watch it again. He's coming after him. Whoa, roundhouse right and a karate chop. And a headbutt. Oh, well, the house of
Adams
fire.
says, I'm glad I made it for this stud versus Wells. It's actually better than I expected so far. I expected Stud to be doing what he's doing now, but for the whole match.
Possessed by Big John Studd. Well, that he has a rope too going for him. Got to be so careful when you step in front of a big man like that.
Christian says Jose Luis would have deserved it more than Wells for Mania too.
Shoulder block.
Yeah.
He bounced a couple of times, maybe
Is that
three.
it? No, that can't be it.
No way.
Would have been nice to see Matt get that payday. Suppose he got his pay-per-view payday later for Survivor Series 88. Almost winning.
Reverse chin lock now.
Exciting. Reverse chin lock.
Trembling a little bit. A little bit of pressure on him. He doesn't want to stay in there too long. No, that's true. That guy's got all the advantage in that particular hold. He can nod off in the wrong hold.
I'm surprised they're putting Wells versus Stud on a house show. Stud normally wrestling more important people, if you know what I mean. I think he wrestled Andre like, jeez. At least 3 times that I can think of. One-on-one at the Spectrum, and then tag matches too. Oh! No, George Wells is not winning this. Let's not kid ourselves. Wells looks like a bowling pin with that gear. Oh, come on, Stud, end it.
50, 60, whatever it is. Oh my God, it's just awesome. Where does this guy go to get weighed? Down at the stockyard. Hang on the meat scale for a while.
That's a common gorilla one.
Although we've seen and talked to him many times, we passed.
Where does he go to get weighed?
As we were heading on down the chute to come on in, and this guy, I tell you, is something else. Blocks out the sun. Very soft-spoken guy, Stud. It belies the fact that he really is quite a terror in the ring. Well, it's about to get choked out here.
Hogan and Orndorff versus Piper and Orton is the main event. That's correct. We just talked about that. I need to know what else is on the show, because I guess we've got Big Brian Blair coming up. I forget who he's wrestling. He's just returned to the WF at this point. And just formed Killer Bees again.
He's just about out of there.
Oh, we've only got 2 more matches.
Hooked it again.
I won't spoil it. But B. Bramlett is in one of them. And then the big main event. Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff versus Rowdy Roddy Piper and Cowboy. Ace Funny Man. Bob Orvin. You know him.
John Studd. I wonder if he's just going to back away. No, he didn't. Gave Wells a kick to the head. Wells not too sure where he's at, but he better make up his mind in a hurry. I think I'd run around the ring a little bit. Whoa! Wells on a tear. Couple, 3 big right hands by George Wells. And another one to the back of the air.
Timber. Drop kick from George Wells. Can it go for the slab? This is the perfect. Oh. Went too many times. That's it. Elbow drop. 2. Expected victory for the big stud. And again, let's say Steamboat and Muraco only had a minute. before they did their DQ finish. They could have had a match first before that DQ finish. The youngsters in the front row, not fans of the big stud.
He really showed me something here.
The winner of this bout, Big John Studd.
Big John Stuff. Spud.
In a token of victory, but a hard-fought victory, I might add, as George Wells gave him all he wanted. He knew he was in a war, and I think Wells realized.
So I have another question to ponder to anyone in the chat who watch. If anyone watches current WWE, did anyone watch the Night of Champions yesterday? What did you think of it? I watched it this morning, so I was busy yesterday. Pretty good, most of it. All pretty expected what happened. No surprise. Well, maybe Solo Sokola pinning Jacob Fatu.
Get my picture, Jason. Cal Rudman back here, and there's a gentleman that thinks he might want to get in the
that's the guy from
I don't know, he's all shy in front of the
Bill
camera.
Berger.
I don't think he's tough enough.
Not to be confused with
with
Bill Berger, the famous jobber.
Middle linebacker. His name is Battling Bill Berge.
Well, Cal, Killer Cal, off the field, I was a continuous yes sir, no sir person by habit rather than by effort, and I had manners that would please Emily Post or any of my other school marms. But on that field of football, I was a demon with a killer's instinct. I wanted to go on out there, and I wanted to rip heads off. I wanted to rip limbs off. I wanted to hurt a person. I wanted to hit him.
Is this guy a wrestler? Got some promo like one.
Never get back up, and you know what I'd do? I'd just smile, and I'd lick my chops. And my three boys who are with me here tonight, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I am one bad rascal. I have been in the arena 13 years in the National Football League. 10 of those years, all pro. The 3 I didn't make it, well, somebody stuffed a ballot box because I was one bad dude. I would love to get into your pro wrestling.
Ooh.
All of these guys,
presume he never did. So never heard of him being a wrestler.
I know what it takes to dedicate yourself, to give it everything you have, and I know how to do it. And at the age of 40 years old, I can do it right now.
Oh, at the age of 40 in wrestling, you're just getting started. Look at Bruno Sammartino.
I was going to say, he's 8. Is he 80 now? But Tony Boy says he died on Christmas Day last year.
Bruno, how are you doing this evening?
First of all, I really want to thank you for being honorary chairman of our golf tournament for Variety Club Handicapped Children. We were at White Marsh and raised a lot of money for handicapped children. Al Martino came in. We honored Frank Palumbo. And it was a great outpouring from Delaware Valley. And
Ernest says Night of Champions was predictable, but okay.
Thank you very much, Cal. You know, anytime people can help other
Christian
people,
says I did
and
was
I've said
pretty
it
good,
before,
nothing spectacular.
that's
Yeah,
what life is all about. You played a
just
real
an
big
average
part with a Variety Club. I don't know what the bottom line is, how much
Excuse
money you
my
made, but it was not
computer
rotten.
if you heard that
You know, I
noise.
have been across the countryside, and I can really tell you that there's no greater people than the people throughout the Delaware Valley that really thinks and they take care of their people. And
Mike
that's
says,
really
I've
what
not
makes,
watched it yet.
life
Is it
go
worth
round,
checking
the
out?
world go
Whole show
round,
certain
people helping
matches.
people, good stuff.
you're a gentleman and an athlete. We'll be right back.
Punk vs. Cena was good. Orton vs. Cody was good.
Well, at Gorilla Monsoon, we saw a very interesting matchup. John
Rhea
Studd
Ripley.
and George Wells. And
Better
here's
match than
another
expected
one.
against.
We're going against young Steve Lombardi.
What's her name?
Steve Bryan is certainly
Raquel Rodriguez.
made for himself here in the World Wrestling Federation. And rightly
Christian
so,
says that
because
for
he's
in
got a lot
WWE,
on the ball
40 in
and a lot to
WWE now,
offer
you're just
the
getting
world
into that,
of
yeah.
professional wrestling.
I mean,
Well, look at Steve Lombardi.
we were talking,
He
Cody's
can't wait
40 tomorrow.
for Steve Bryan to get in there. He's got a little verbal number on
And like Punk and Cena, who wrestled in the main, they're like mid-40s. Orton's mid-40s.
Looks like he's ready.
The Usos are 40 this year, I think.
Next match is a one-fall bout.
Seth Rollins is nearly 40, Roman Reigns is nearly 40.
Introducing first from Brooklyn,
They're all
New York.
around 40.
237 pounds.
If Vince McMahon, if this was like you were too old if you were 40 back at one point. But
And from
Kirk's corner
Tampa,
says
Florida,
dupe.
weighing 234 pounds, B. Brian Blair.
Tony Boy says, Richard, what's on your poster?
All right, Blair introduced.
Are you talking about the gorilla?
in the square circle. And
It's a gorilla reading.
everything's okay.
What's he reading? A newspaper.
Blair taking off his jacket.
Yeah, it's not monsoon, but it's a gorilla. Or a chimpanzee? I don't know.
Blair and Lombardi, something about a hair pull. He's doing his
Baby gorilla. This should be thrilling. Be Brian Blair versus the Brooklyn Brawler. Oh, he's got the Killer Bees tights as well already. Joey Morella's here now for the ref.
It's certainly an interesting outfit worn by Brian, Dick, and that's because he's teamed up.
Hi, CC Kirby. Wow, Landy, unbelievable that you were able to get Dick and Cal to guess with you on the watch-along. There they are, right there, above me. I'm glad they could join too, and I'm glad you could join too. Christian says your thoughts about Rumble going to Riyadh next January. They're just going where they can make a lot of money. Oh, that's it. Like I saw a thing earlier, the women's Rumble looked like everyone was Catwoman audition. So all wear the bodysuits and stuff, which whatever. But yeah, I won't be going. Put it that way. I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia for anything. I went to the last two Rumbles, so that's enough. I'm going to start yelling "woo" like Dick whenever the crowd starts cheering, even the spot like a backdrop. He's wooed a lot tonight. Like, this is the penultimate match, so he's done a lot of woo woo woo, and Hulk Hogan's not even here yet.
When you live in the Bronx, you're in trouble immediately. You got it. All right. Nice go behind Brian. Nice.
Brooklyn Brawler, yeah, would have been 5 B's. B, Brian Blair, Brooklyn Brawler.
Nice kick out, nice set of maneuvers there. Yeah. Still Lombardi said, wait a minute now, let's discuss this. Talk. He can't match the speed or quickness.
How long was this match? If there's only one match left, and there was. I'm not even going to look. Torture myself. Christian says it's going to be a latex convention for the women's Rumble match. Yeah.
Ways they weren't intended to. Nice maneuver. Spit out B. Brian Blair, now Jim Brunzell and the Killer Bees. Holy mackerel. Oh boy, you're in trouble with those two guys.
Killer Bees. What's everyone's thoughts on the Killer Bees? That's another question for
We're
you.
going to be seeing them very shortly in tag team competition.
Okay. Some good matches. Heart Foundation.
I used to like to step over Toho versus step over the.
They won at Survivor Series somehow.
That's the one that Lombardi knows. Yeah. He's looks like he's complaining. Look like. No, I'll give Steve credit where credit's due. He's come a long way here in the past year. The World Wrestling Federation. He's wrestled a bunch of people though. You know, he hasn't backed away. That's the only way you're going to do it. He hasn't made too much of a dent in the win-loss column, however, but well, that only comes with experience. Well, you should know. That's the luck. You take the luck. Oh, no. He's got the fire. You can see that. A lot of fire. You kidding?
Mike Prue says, I thought the mask gimmick was cool as a kid. Yeah, I suppose so.
Nice go under by Lombardi. Nice counter.
What did I watch earlier? Oh yeah.
Blair tries to reach between his legs and grab the leg of.
I was getting something ready for the next Canon, OVP Canon, and it had a masked Killer Bees. Oh, not the next one, the future one. Woo! Adam says, perfectly fine mid-card team yet. Christian says, I did a short interview with Brooklyn Brawler for my podcast 2 weeks ago. How did it go? If you're interested, he said, any cool stories you have? Or do we have to listen to your podcast? Tony, your boy, says, I'd like to have seen the Killer Bees against Sting. Stinging Tim Hornet. I got that. CZ Kirby says the crowd is annoyed because they already got up and got Nacho Zilly, so they can't do it now. Yeah, this is quiet. The crowd down before the big main event.
You know, from March 31, 1985, at WrestleMania, Orton was the one that caused Mr. Wonderful to lose the match for his team.
Gorilla's talking about WrestleMania 1.
Power slam, and a beauty. Well executed.
Whoa, whoa. It's just an elbow drop, Dick. Come on.
Right now. Irish whip, look out. Oh, beautiful flying elbow. How quick he is. How agile. And very,
Christian says it was short, like 8 minutes, but he did say a few cool stories about, mainly about the Warrior. Didn't Warrior say a lot of nice stuff about? Did he mention him in his Hall of Fame speech? Like he was one of his earliest opponents, like on house shows and stuff.
Leaving town for the time being.
Come on, Brooklyn, get back in the ring. It's been out longer than a 10 count. Come on, referee.
Boy, is he in great shape. He really is. He's cracky. Has any trouble getting a date for the dance? I would doubt that. No. His problem is not enough dances to accommodate all the ladies. Got him waiting in line, guaranteed.
What did he say? I'll get you, you son of a bitch, I'll kill you.
Yes, he did, and that's no way to get along. Get him up! Get him up!
Calm down, Brooklyn.
Get him up. Blair had eyes to give it a kick in the buns.
Christian says, might have they did wrestle something like 50 matches straight on it. Yeah. When it was, Warrior was still a dingo. Mostly, I think, right?
Most of these guys do on a weekly basis. Maybe not daily, but a weekly basis.
Before he morphed into Ultimate.
Hey, reversal now. I thought the momentum was going with Blair on the shoulder block, but somehow, Blair out of the
Body threatened homicide.
No, B. Bryan lost his footing a little bit there as he went backwards off that double collision. I thought he had the momentum going, and Barney right on top of him again. Taking it to him again.
I think the crowd is getting restless. They want to see the Hulk.
There's a mistake.
I think we want to see the Hulk. We're ready for the main event.
Yeah, Barney doing his number there, showing the fans how great he is. Oh, forearm right across the neck. Ooh.
Come on, Big Brian. We want it to win, so the match is over. We know Mr. Brawler's not winning this one. If this was another promotion, Steve would have just won the match. It's been thrown out over the top rope.
Blair wants that in though. Oh, look at that. Dropped an elbow right off the apron and right onto the right into the steel rail.
Oh, right in the steel barricades.
Blair says, okay, I'll get dragging him back in. He tried to drag him back in. Bring him with me. Brian knows the place to beat this guy is right in the ring. Oh, clothesline and a beauty. I think Barney might at the last second thought
it was a beauty, Gorilla.
Then he got the clothesline, and now a little bang in the head with a number size 12 foot.
Tony, your boy, says you two played their first Croke Park concert on this today.
Oh, he caught him.
It's great.
He caught him.
Christian says these shows are short to sit through. Yeah, they are. Maybe this was a bad idea. I don't know. Something's a bastard. Whoa!
His chin hit that top turnbuckle that he hit flat out.
Right under the chin.
Chin again. And the chin again the count with it. He really is.
This was the norm though back then. Every month. the big towns got a house show. Spectrum, Boston, Philly. Oh, I just said Philly. Spectrum, MSG, some other big towns, LA, Baltimore, probably. Oh, this could be it. I think this is finished at the big B sting. Boo! Did you see the sting? All she wrote. CCQ. See, I'm the opposite in that I can watch SEOs get put in headlocks while Hogan and Blair shooting the shit out about nothing all day. It's like comfort food to me. I know what you mean. This is getting time, and Muraco got like 2 minutes. If even 2 minutes, maybe 1. Christian says I'd rather watch International Challenge than this. Would you? Are you sure?
The winner of this bout, B. Brian Blair.
All right, popular decision.
We're not watching International Challenge. Sorry. Maybe a match, if there's a unique match or something you can watch. When I do a future Asian clips compilation. Ernest says give him the big stink. Big sting, yeah. Look at Blair using the... Yeah, he was dying, really. Did you not know? And it says, nah, this was a great idea. Love seeing the random pairings, even if the matches end up being a chore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next date for World Wrestling Federation action here at the Spectrum will be 4 short weeks from tonight. Saturday evening, July.
I do like this, even if it's Mel Phillips. I just like when they announce the next one's card.
Can be purchased here at the Spectrum as well as at all of the usual ticket outlets. As of now, the completed card has not yet been signed. But scheduled among some of the wrestlers to appear on
who's
Saturday,
there, Mel? Tell us.
July 27th will be Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Okay. Jim the Anvil.
Brett Hitman Hart.
Okay. Brett 2 T's.
And returning to the World Wrestling Federation after a lengthy absence, Pedro Morales.
Crowd boos. Sorry, Pedro.
Will be the missing link.
Yay.
And making his World Wrestling Federation area appearance, Terry Funk.
Oh, the Funker. That should be fun. If we watch this show again.
In matches that have been signed, Brutus
Oh, Brutus the Barber, future Barber.
Will be opposed by George Wells.
Oh, great. I thought I was going to say George Steele.
In a special tag team attraction.
Special.
On the one side, the magnificent Muraco will be teaming up with his manager, Mr. Fuji.
Against Ricky Steamboat and
their opponent, Ricky Steamboat.
Of course.
And his tag team partner, Andre.
Whoa! Oh no, Mr. Fuji.
In addition to these bouts, an all-star card of wrestling is scheduled for Saturday evening, July 27th. For more information, be sure to watch wrestling each and every Saturday at 11 a.m.
Okay, that's all we get.
WCAF-TV, channel 29.
These are my kind of watch-alongs. I got no problem with these auctions, that's why I got Peacock. This is great regardless. B. Brian Doink. Where else would I see B. Brian in singles against Steve Lombardi? That's true. Those are the next kind of announcements. Finkel and MSG was the best at this, yes. Mel Phillips' favourite snack was fruit by the foot. Rick bringing the snack as usual. Mel would get to know TS. Well, he already did it. Did it air this day? Oh yes, it aired on this day. And then he's suddenly on this show later. Mel would get to know Terry Funk. Loved watching Terry Funk beat the snot out of Mel Phillips on TV. I think everyone did. He was doing us a favour by doing that. Okay, that tag match sounds fantastic. Oh, that's a big one. I thought Fuji is in trouble. Fuji never threw salt in Andre's irons. No Hulk? No, Hulk must be somewhere else next month. But that's why Hulk's on last here, so if they're not announcing Hulk for next month, that's why they can put Hulk on last. There's nothing going to happen in the match to set up a rematch, if that makes sense. Okay, I bet that was entertaining. The next show, you mean?
And more vendettas to occur here in the World Wrestling Federation than any two individuals that come down the pike in many, many a year. But they're not
Hulkamania and Paula Mania. Doesn't like being called Paula.
Rowdy is, as well as Ace Orton. They're in for a rough evening. Let's go to bad news all around.
Hulk only works the big shows, brother.
All you know is it's going to be a bloodfest.
Yeah.
So, that's why
the crowd will burn out if they see Hulk every month. I mean,
chemicalization going on. You could tell. They're probably trying to get Orndorff.
I'm just thinking of a good example. So in '85, he works WrestleMania, April, May, June against Morocco, and then he's not at MSG again between June and then he's back December. So July, August, September, October, November, no Hulk Hogan in MSG. Redenton Jimmy, I think that's your first comment. Hi, says Orndorff was great. Piper number one, that fan thinks.
Hulkamania, another chance starting to go up here for the ringsiders. They're all waiting because they know.
By the way, if anyone wants to do this, don't have to. Don't. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. So I see this on other things. Does this super chat thing work? If anyone wants to do it, I know it costs whatever money you pay. No one has to do it. Don't have to. But I'm just wondering if it works.
I just got whispered in my ear, Dick, that Piper is definitely in the locker room and he's holding this whole thing.
Piper for president, not Piper for prime minister like WrestleMania 6.
The champion has no right to be the last person to enter the squared circle. Well, that's the rowdy one for you.
Hot Rod. A lot of signs in there for 85.
Okay, corral standoff here, I guess, but somebody's got to break it. I just want to make sure that the fans are aware that
Hulkamania, Paul.
July 27th, that is not
Paul, is that Paulamania? I can't quite see.
Matches being negotiated, and from what I've been told, one of the feature attractions is not yet completely signed. So I really can't.
Oh, it does work. Thank you, Rick K. Just wanted to show my appreciation. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm happy to do more of these more often if people want me to.
This guy is in such great demand.
Particularly the random, maybe the more random ones, not just a full show like this. The mixed ones, kind of like those. CC Kip says, Landy, as always, you spoilers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Redent and Jimmy, honestly, it was searching Spectrum Wrestling. I saw this. Why was you searching Spectrum Wrestling? What enticed you to search for that? Hulk's music at this time still have the Tiger. I know we aren't real making him, but for a short time he did come out to real make him. My money's on the Tiger. Yes. Although, if I remember correctly, I had to mute it because they got mad. I always test the video I'm going to watch beforehand, and they got mad at Eye of the Tiger, so I think I've muted it when that happens. But he did use the rock and wrestling theme only for like a month at the end of '85, and then Real American started. So.
460-pounder. This guy's over the 500-pound mark. I'll tell you, he's a mess. He's an army in himself.
Jimmy Brudenton, is it Jimmy? Oh, can I just say Jimmy says you saw Hogan vs Savage at the Spectrum, September '85, the first one. That's cool if you did. Yeah. Rick, just say it. What I just said about rock and wrestling.
Well, the fans are starting to get it on now.
Yeah, they're taking the while at the time getting to this match.
Well, they've had it. I'll say, non-stop action is. We do come to recognize the style of the World Wrestling Federation. Non-stop action.
Hogan had white trunks and came out to Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, for the Macho Man match in September. Hopefully we can watch that in September. Because I like this idea of watching these kind of things on the anniversary. If we're going to watch a full show, might just. I would like to stick to these Spectrum shows. I don't know. They've got a unique feel to them. So.
But I think against an insurmountable opponent such as Big John Studd, he just showed a great deal.
What the delay is here.
And the Macho Man making his debut here in the Spectrum.
New Jersey loves Paul Orndorff. I just saw that sign.
We're going to be seeing a lot more of him. And leaping Lanny, this youngster, hey, not bad guy. He's going to really make a name for himself here in the World Wrestling Federation.
We'll talk about Randy Savage and Leaping Lanny. Not related in any way, of course. Never in WWF will that ever be acknowledged.
I've seen this guy in some serious and heavy confrontations, and I don't believe that the Swede.
Christian says, not much like Johnny V. I was unprepared for this. Thank you. Doesn't matter what you send. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Jimmy says, I watch old promos, they crap me up. Hey, that guy says he's number one.
And every manager is looking
what kind of number one?
Bidding on him. Well, it's
middle finger number one.
Prestige for these guys to the managers now to have these very special upcoming.
So that's why there was this delay with how long. There was only 2 matches left, and like, oh, what's that? That's a good sign. Howdy Piper number one. That's a cool sign.
Of the Macho Man. And,
do not throw anything into the ring. Yeah. I didn't notice that, but yeah.
He's looking for a star. Not that Brutus Beefcake is not one, he certainly is. But he's looking for a guy like Macho Man. And I think
Mr. Jara, hi. I think you're new on this comment. Hulk is taking a poop in the back. That is still a delay.
Well, we're waiting, we presume, for Roddy Piper.
Too much information.
For Hulk Hogan to make the appearance first. So he can come in.
Oh, here's another question to ponder. If I do another, well, I will. Another Fish and Clips, just a compilation of stuff, random stuff. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to watch?
But he's like a bad little kid who's not getting his own way, and I think that's perhaps maybe what he's doing tonight.
The randomer, the better.
When she appeared on Piper's Pit, isn't he? Well.
The days before the cell phones.
That's
how you take your picture there. Tony, your boy, says they might need to take a little time to get a kimono to dance.
Well, she came a long way. She took an individual by the name of Wendy Richter and brought her to the women's heavyweight championship. Hey, Wendy, I love Wendy, I'll tell you.
Is it a women's heavyweight? I don't think there's a women's lightweight WWF championship, but...
Don't tell my wife. We won't have to, Dick. We just did. Well, the fans are still milling around, and they're not going anywhere. You can bet on that. Not with what's coming up.
Tony, your boy, says, can we watch some Tiger Jackson, please? Yeah. Some obscure 1992 squash matches, says Christian. Mr. Wright says Tom McGee or Jim Hamilton. I'm keeping all these in my head, don't worry.
Well, ring announcer Mel Phillips about to enter the ring.
Oh, about time, Mel. Maybe it was Mel Phillips taking the dump. Oh, Joey. Dick and Gorilla are desperately trying to find things to talk about. Yeah. Here we go. The main event. So, I think we can watch this close. I've heard something about this match. Don't know if it's just true. Can we see anyone back there? Who's that lady in the red? Whose wife or girlfriend is she?
The tag team combination that consists of first from Kansas City, weighing 200.
Hogan and Piper in the back still arguing about the finish. Tony, that would be a short compilation. I get that. Oh, the Ace Funny Man of comedy, Bob Orvin.
His partner from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing 233 pounds, Roddy Piper.
Oh, there's some music. Maybe I didn't mute it. I thought I did. Listen to the crowd. Oh, the Hulkers here.
Pandemonium broken loose here in the Spectrum as this capacity crowd is on its feet. I'll tell you, man. There's the championship belt.
What do you think of Hulk's belt there? That's a good shot of it. That design. Winged Eagles, of course, the best one. Jimmy says he watched on Prism Channel 22 on my cable box. Cool. Jimmy, what was the first show you went to in person? How does one get to be an ace cowboy? He's the best cowboy. Woohoo! I'm in the minority probably, but I preferred either side. I consider it. No, that's pretty cool song. Woohoo! Woo! Dick loves it. We all love it.
Roddy Piper's outside the ring. He's down to the concrete floor.
So I've heard about this match. I don't know if it's true. Piper was like out of it. He probably took some of the maybe it was cocaine salt food he had earlier before the match. So I don't know. Maybe there's something we'll notice in the match to think that. Whoa! Love the dick. Graham.
I guess he would say that. Really hurt.
One fellow dick to another.
Now double team effort here as the referee finally gets one guy from each team out of there. It was a barn burner up to that point. Piper and the Hulkster.
Jimmy says 1983 Backlund versus Sergeant Slaughter. To the Spectrum, yeah. They had a few matches, I think. Was it a Sicilian stretcher match? One of them.
Mr. Wonderful around there in a hurry to protect his partner.
Whoa! Oh, the cast has been injured roughly 4 months at this point. I think there's another 6, 7, 8 months of it. Look at Piper.
Look at Piper taunting now, Mr. Wonderful. And no tag made here. Morello, the referee, never saw a tag. He always assumed there was one. Ace now trying to snap over the champ.
Ace. Acey, baby. Piper lost a knee pad. How did he lose a knee pad? But yeah, he did.
He's giving some instructions to Orton. He's going to do something. Look out. Right in the back area. Champ trying to get over here and make a tag to Orndorff.
He's going to get the tag to Mr. Wonderful.
As right now, the champ's at his mercy. He really is. The champ is almost down flat.
Boom.
On one leg. Look at that blow. The Hulkster's hulking up. Karate shot to the forehead and the Hulk takes him to his feet. He's got it now, man. The Hulkster.
Hulker's hulking up.
And Piper, nice block. Big right hand by the champ and another.
Oh, it doesn't look good for Rodney of the Piper now. Here's Mr. Wonderful. Boom. The crowd goes wild.
And Mr. Wonderful is a house of fire. 2 on 1.
Oh ho!
He used the catch to do
I'm talking like Dick Graham now. Oh,
I'll tell you, man, this place is coming apart.
they're coming apart. Don't you love it? I mean, don't you really love it?
For mercy here. Look at the sheep that Orndorff did. Holy mackerel.
Holy
What's so part of it? He's staying quietly in the corner. Roddy trying to get out of there. Trying to bail out. And pretty much has Orndorff holding on to him. Uh-oh, there goes the Hulk. He knows his man's in trouble on that side. 2 against 1. He didn't waste any time getting around there. Woo!
Whoa!
2 or 3 shots. Look out from behind. Piper's behind the champ. Caught him right in the eyes again. And Orndorff's eyes are blurred. He doesn't see too well. He's
Come on, referee, get some control. Yes, not your finest word tonight, Joey. Adam says, yes, Dick, I do in fact love it. We all love it. Don't you really love it? Come to think of it, nice payday for Muraco Fuji Steamboat, yeah. For 1 minute. Oh, we missed that. Oh, the table broke. I think he had a piece of table. Oh, whoa, fast count, Joey. That's it. The main event's finished. About 5 minutes. Wow. Jimmy says yes. This was only shown in the affiliate. Yes. On Prism. Oh, it's brass knuckles. Yes. Come on, Hulk. Oh. Adam, if I make it to the start of the show next time, I'm going to do a Dick Graham Woo count. Maybe I'll go back and watch this from the start and leave a comment with it. Take a shot every time and let me know how many shots you take. Whoa, who's that? Oh, it's a fan in the ring. Oh. Joey's throwing him out there. And the Spectrum security, right, look, we can see still, no. We've still got him, we can still see, oh, the camera's off. Piper had so much heat, the fans are even jumping in the ring. This and Steamboat versus Muraco was shot for David versus Bobby Heenan here. Dave Gagnon, sorry. Fun stuff, thanks for the stream, thank you. Adam says, I'll be dead before I make it in a show doing shots. Yes. Time got too rowdy. Yes. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hulk in the knee.
to be that's about all she wrote. I'm sure we got a pinfall to Hulkster. While all that mayhem was going on, there's the eye of the tiger. Managed to pin Ace Orton with that nice roll-up from behind.
This is where I had to mute it. I know I had to mute it at some point. Fuji probably gave Hulk a tougher match. What even was that? Yeah. A bit short for a main event, but I don't know. Did they have a curfew at the Spectrum? I know they did at MSG. Just seemed maybe because they took like 10 minutes to. There was 10 minutes of nothing before the match happened. We'll have to just sing "Eye of the Tiger." I'm not singing. Oh, I can't sing. Sorry. I wonder if those combined boxing, karate, wrestling events were filmed. Maybe. Who knows? It'd be cool to see though. I really want to see Hulk vs Fuji. I thought Hulk took a nut pinch with the Nux for a second. Maybe the fan ran him because he was bad of how short it was, yeah. Well, they get the Hulk posing for 5 minutes, I suppose. And thanking the guy upstairs, as he always does. Jimmy says that ending was kind of bland. Yes. Thanks for... Mike Bruce says, thanks for this, Richard. Fun time, everyone. Look forward to the next one. And he says, well, Rich, thanks for doing the live chat. I'll be watching for the next one. Thank you for joining us. Yes, we are coming to the end of the programme. I think there's only a couple of minutes of the video left. Yeah, 2 minutes, so. And I will be shutting the stream down then. Hogan and Wonderful Most pose. Of course. You've got to have Hulk pose at the end of the show. Keep everyone happy. I think the sound will come back on in a minute or so. Tony, your boy says, who's going to Hulk and Eric's Grease style shot? Oh, there we go. Sound's back on. Adam says, yes, we're going. CC Cubit says, thank you for the stream, Lanny. Thank you. Adam says, thank you. In Baltimore says, thanks so much, Richard. This was great. Thank you everyone. You're all too nice. I will try and get something else ready this week. Some random stuff, fishing clips.
Before once it started, it was endless action. The minute they hit the ring, all four guys, there was no instructions given, no nothing. Everyone just attacked each other with a vengeance. This was a vendetta. It all stemmed out of WrestleMania, the greatest wrestling extravaganza of all time in Madison Square Garden.
It was Gorilla until they say the same about WrestleMania 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But of course, there's more madness when it comes to World Wrestling Federation. Another card scheduled for July 27th. Right
flexing.
As we say, we do urge you to watch it on TV if at all possible. But I'll tell you, you want to really get immersed, you really get involved.
You've got to come down to the Spectrum and see all the action.
Feel that excitement in person when you watch it live. Some biggies coming July 27th.
So maybe we'll be back July 27th, 2025 to watch July 27th, 1985. 4 weeks from tonight. But in between that, I'm sure there'll be other things. Fish and clips, random stuff. Alright. That's about it, folks. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time for more fish and clips. Thanks, everyone, for joining.